implement the act in its spirit. So we wanted to cover millions of these laborers. So unless we have a robust information system, we thought that we cannot really monitor the scheme day in and day out. So by that time in the 2005, thanks to TCS, they came forward and they offered this free offer that they are ready to develop the program without costing us. So we just jumped in, and we believe that this software really help us that everything will be open.
Actually, it's not just one innovation. Actually, it's a collection of innovations.
Yes.
In every aspect of implementation of the program, we have tried to plug in some innovative activities. And one more important, this thing is that it's not a, generally people look at IT solutions only for curbing the corruption. I would say much bigger role is also there, and that is facilitating the managers
Delivery
of the program
Yes.
to implement the program in a much better way.
Yes.
That itself will reduce half the corruption and half the inefficiency. So we have tried to do that actually.
I think it's wonderful of TCS to have done this initially, at least, on a pro bono basis. It's marvelous. I hope you can spread this to every state in India. I just wish they would adapt what you have achieved. Thank you very much. Thank you. May I now invite the fourth project up, the ICT-led innovation as a business model, Lunar Ergonomics.
The next session featured Surjendo Koila, creator of the Panini keypad, and the project facilitator Chintan Thakkar, CFO CA Technologies.
I definitely have two questions in mind, and one is about from where did you get the inspiration, about what is the source of your inspiration for this kind of a project?
Sure. We've always wanted to do something which will touch the daily lives of people on the streets, and the delivery mechanism was very obvious that you have to choose mobile phones. The second was we realized that support of regional languages has been an intractable problem for ages. And we wanted to, give a solution to that. The third one was we wanted to build a product out of India which would be far superior than the Western counterparts. And I'm very proud to say that our technology and product is actually far, far better than, the second best competitor that we have.
How critical it is for you to reach the critical mass? When do you think that you are going to reach the tipping point?
Well, we do have faced a lot of challenges because here it's just not about a company or an idea. It is about changing the ecosystem. Right now, most of the phones that are sold in India do not have Indian language font support, which has been has been a big problem for us. So what we do is we need foundations like NASSCOM to support us so that we can go to the government, tell them that at least if you do not mandate it, give a tax break to the Indian OEMs who install fonts, and that can take away one of our biggest deterrents in scaling up.
And how does it work? I mean, is it basically, it just gives you a menu option and you can flip all your...
Okay, let me just tell in brief what we do. In a limited keypad, we throw 11 characters, whereas most of the regional languages of India have more than 70 characters. So according to our research, and this is a patent pending technology, it is based on statistical nature and the phonemes of the language, where we throw 11 characters. So the rules are very simple. If you can see your character, you go for the corresponding key. If you do not see the character, you go for a fresh list of predictions. And when you press one of those characters, the next set of characters is basically dependent on what you have touched last. So there comes the concept of predictability and, the combinatorial probabilities.
Quite wonderful, innovative, far-reaching,
Thank you
scalable.
so much, sir.
Really wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Aditya Birla Group, taking India to the world.
मेरा बच्चा रहेगा रोग मुक्त और जिएगा जिंदगी खुल के।
दिल में उठा था एक अरमान, सबसे हंसी हो हिंदुस्तान, तरक्की की जो राह चुनी, उसे नाम दिया भारत निर्माण। हो रहा
भारत निर्माण का सपना बुना, तरक्की हुई कई गुना।
December 08, the initial stimulus started from 14 to 10, and then in February 2009 to 8%. It again got rolled back by about 2% in the year March 2010. Subsequently, we strongly believe that it might hold. The reason is today the inflation is almost, it's not getting contained. In that sense, the government doesn't have much option to really increase it.
Presented by Max Bupa Health Insurance, your health first.
Aditya Birla Group presents CNBC TV 18 CNBC Awaaz Budget 2011. Will it make the impact India needs?
Presented by Aditya Birla Group, taking India to the world. Co-presenter Religare, Global Financial Services growing with you every day. Associate sponsor LIC of India, Zindagi ke saath bhi, Zindagi ke baad bhi. State Bank of India, the banker to every Indian. Print partner Mint, refreshing clarity in business. Online broadcast partner YouTube. Radio partner Radio City 91.1 FM, supported by Forbes India and moneycontrol.com.
This is Network 18, and you are watching CNBC TV 18.
Discussion revolved around the all-important issue of increasing literacy in India. Nirav Shah, winner of the ICT-led innovation by a non-profit organization, and his facilitator Raja Shanmugam of Mindtree presented one of the solutions by describing the nitty-gritties of the project, same language subtitling.
In India, we have two passions, cricket and Bollywood. So I'm not sure how we can take cricket yet for literacy, but we have figured out a solution for using Bollywood to spread reading. What we do is very simple. We just add subtitles in the same language. We do it similarly in Gujarati. We add the Gujarati script. Tamil, we add the Tamil script. We are doing it currently in 8 languages, and we are giving reading practice, like I said, 250 million weak readers. And what this does is basically every time you see the program, you are subconsciously associating the letter with the sound. And over the course of a few years, without any additional effort, you learn to read.
One question is, Nirav, I went through your website and you started in 1999. Incidentally, that's the same year that Mindtree started. But over the 12 years, I still see that you're still working with just Doordarshan.
Yes.
And you're still talking about just 30 minutes per week in each language, approximately.
Yes.
Now, what is it that you need as an organization and entity to scale this up, to reach a larger section of people, and to do more of this?
The reason we have started with Doordarshan is because Doordarshan reaches the rural masses. This is where the problem in literacy lies. The reason we are only with Doordarshan right now is because we have not been able to still convince the private channels to work with us. We are doing that. There are a few channels where I'm close to having a breakthrough, and we are keen to have it there also. The second question was, why only half an hour of subtitling? It's basically because of funding. The amount of funding we get allows us to add subtitles. So right now, we are doing it in 8 languages and giving half an hour of reading in those 8 languages. The good news is that the Karnataka government has got on board, and they have sponsored us, and we'll be giving about 2 hours of reading practice in Kannada. So if more governments come on board, then we'll be able to do it in more languages and for a longer duration.
How does it actually work? So you do the subtitling, and then how does the reading lessons work? I mean, just in practical terms, what happens next?
Right. there are no reading lessons.
Right.
Basically what happens is...
It's a form of karaoke, right?
Yes, exactly. It's just that. You don't have to even tell the viewer that he or she is learning or they have to focus on the subtitles. Tell them to enjoy the song. As long as they're doing that, they're learning.
And how do you distribute this?
We distribute this very simply. What we do is the broadcaster sends us tape 2 weeks in advance.
Right.
We subtitle it. We send it back to them 4-5 days before the broadcast date. And they just need to show that tape. That's it. There is no other intervention.
And which broadcasters are doing it today?
With Doordarshan right now,
Right.
we are speaking to some other private broadcasters. Hopefully they will come on board. One of the reasons they would want to come on board is because every time we have added SLS on a program, the TRP rating of that program has gone up by 15%. So there is a monetary reason why a broadcaster would want to do this.
The NASSCOM Social Innovation Honours 2011 was a huge success in showcasing projects that demonstrated best practices through remarkable use of information, communication and technology in areas of social transformation. The event concluded with an agreement that once a problem is identified, there is enough talent and technology to find a solution and bring about a positive change.
Will we pay too high a price for our double-digit dream? Can India afford to spend its way out of its problems? High commodity prices, soaring inflation, yet finding the money for infrastructure and the inclusion agenda. How will the FM walk the tightrope between chasing growth and ensuring price stability? Catch India's leading economists discuss the country's fiscal challenges with me, Lata Venkatesh, on Priceline.
Presented by Aditya Birla Group, taking India to the world. Co-presenter Religare, global financial services growing with you every day. Associate sponsor LIC of India, Zindagi ke saath bhi, Zindagi ke baad bhi. State Bank of India, the banker to every Indian. Print partner Mint, refreshing clarity in business. Online broadcast partner YouTube. Radio partner Radio City 91.1 FM, supported by Forbes India and moneycontrol.com.
The third Tata Jagriti Yatra is back. An 18-day journey of transformation.
I expect to strengthen my will to do something for my countrymen.
Take the power, either lead it or join with the wisdom of elders and lead it.
Watch the Tata Jagriti Yatra at these times only on CNBC TV 18.
Last 15 days have been quite volatile.
Wherever you go, now the best in business will follow you. Watch India's #1 business channels, CNBC TV 18 and CNBC Awaaz, live on your mobile. Just SMS MOM to 51818 now.
From 2012 April, Mr. Finance Minister, with DTC in place and maybe hopefully GST, there will be no need for years at a time to tinker with tax rates. So this should be the last year for some minimal tinkering. We have a crazy current account deficit, Mr. Finance Minister, as you are aware of. So take care of your fiscal deficit, take care of your current account deficit, ensure growth, and yes, Mr. Finance Minister, please do something about corruption and black money.
Presented by Tata Sky. Isko laga dala to cricket jhinga lala. Associate sponsor Sharon Plywoods. Soon yani Hati, Sharon Plywoods yani Vishwas.
It's the biggest moment for the Indian economy. And CNBC TV 18 and Money Control join hands with YouTube to get you a ringside seat. From exclusive live streaming of the budget today to top shows, from a power-packed contest to the best videos. Log on to youtube.com/CNBC TV 18 for all the action this budget season. This is Network 18. And you are watching CNBC TV 18.
Presented by IRB Infrastructure Developers Limited, Highway to Growth. Co-sponsored by Religare, Global Financial Services. Associate sponsor Central Park. Prime location, premium neighborhood. Print partner Mint and Entrepreneur.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to this event called What Markets Want from the Budget. And I think the answer to what markets want right now could be quite simple.